Hello, everybody.
Hey, it's Wednesday.
Yes.
We are here
Mm.
at WJZZ Cool TV. Get down and dirty talking art with Calibri
What up, though?
and me.
Look at
Hey,
my hair.
look at her hair. I
It's
love her
been a
hair.
hump day. One hell of a hump day.
Yeah.
I actually went to Ohio today. Uh, I got a display for my mom, her shop,
Yeah.
and among other things. It's just been a day.
Yeah.
So,
So she drove all the way down to Sandusky.
just about, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and picked up a really cool display.
Hmm.
But y'all got to look at her sweater. I mean her sweatshirt. It's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, I debuted these this weekend at All Things Detroit.
That was so much fun.
Well, we'll
That
get
was
into
so
it.
much fun. Yeah.
I just wanted to real quick let you guys know that our guest Cheryl Ann Beryl is won't be joining us today due to some technical difficulties, but will be coming on shortly. She'll be coming on again. So, which I hate it because I see them starting to load up
I
the
know.
pictures, and
I
she has
know.
beautiful, beautiful work. But it just gives us a chance to really do the interview more justice. She was one of our artists and
Yes.
participants
Yes.
in
For
Out of
the.
the Darkness.
Oh yes. Yes.
Did we see them since we did not talk to you guys
We
since
didn't
Out
talk
of the
about that.
Darkness?
Oh my
Man, we didn't
God.
even see
We took
y'all.
the week off
We
last
took
week.
the week,
Remember?
yeah. They didn't even air our show. They put on somebody else's show. Somebody was like, "What the hell is this coming on?"
What?
Like, I don't know.
Okay. All
But
right.
Out of the Darkness was fantastic.
Oh my
And
God.
thank you guys for coming.
It was really cool. We
Hmm.
had what did we have, about 40 artists?
Yes.
It was so much
Yes.
fun. It was great.
Yes.
It was a little stressful trying to get it together, but we learned a lot.
Hmm.
And we had a fantastic fashion show.
Hmm.
And who was our lady that was our fashion gal?
We did Bags to Butterflies. Me,
Yes.
Jacqueline had the metallic line of accessories, and then we closed it off with Mita Spencer.
Yes, it was.
Fabulous. We had a lot of press coverage too. You guys can look it up, and of course, all over Facebook. Of course, it's 1,000 pictures. There's
Oh my
people that
gosh.
didn't follow me that saw me.
Yeah, yeah. It was so
So,
fun.
what was your favorite part?
Oh, I think I don't know, everything. The fashion show, I think,
Hmm.
meeting the artists, the customers,
Hmm.
kind of thing, and just being with the people and just being the event.
Hmm.
The event space is so fantastic. It's so fantastic. I love that event space.
Yeah, me too.
Just seeing the people coming through the door,
Hmm.
watching the people to come to see us, to see
Hmm.
what we put together. And when I walked in that big room, and we had the chairs, and there were people sitting in the chairs, I was like, wow, wow. And looking at the art and watching the people's expression, and just and guess whose birthday it was?
It was Calibri's. I'm
Yes,
35 talking to
she's
y'all.
just
Now
a
I'm
baby.
grown.
She's just
I got a
a
little
ba-
more bass in my voice.
She's got a little more, and she sang for us,
Yes.
rocked. Oh my God, she can be a professional singer. It was just, she went deep, she went high. It was phenomenal.
Thank
Just
you for that.
phenomenal.
I actually got booked from that.
I know.
For a
Listen to this.
gala.
She's
So
going to
it's
be
gonna
singing.
a gala in June. Actually, it's kind of a big deal. I want to announce the space or the event, but they did book me to sing and actually to close out the show.
Whoa!
So I am excited, but also kind of nervous.
Oh, you'll do just fine.
You know,
You did
I sing
just
for
fine.
church, but aside from that,
Oh, when she came up and
professionally,
sang, she
no.
sang for my cousin Gail,
I
who's been
did.
kind of her, and she was just like sitting there like, wow. And what did you think when you heard the trumpet come? We had a trumpet player
Oh
come.
man, that actually Solomon Parham
Oh, was that who it was?
came. Yeah,
Okay.
he has a new album coming out at the end of this month called Forward, and
We'll have to have
he's
him on the show.
I we talked about that, and even for him to come on to Vibes and Scribes to do like a live thing because he is a
That would be
fantastic artist,
cool.
and he's a pretty major deal.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
that was I was shocked because
What did you think when we were just sitting there and all of a sudden this
I
trumpet
didn't
player
know because
comes?
they're like, "All right, everybody, be quiet," and I'm up here with the mic, so I'm like, "Oh, what
What?
are you talking about?" And I figured they, cooked up some type of surprise, but then I hear this trumpet. I'm like, who's this? And then it comes around. I'm like, "Oh, that's Solomon." And then they came around with the cake. It just was really nice to be serenaded
We
on my
wanted to
birthday. It was
surprise
really
her.
cool.
We wanted
Yeah.
to surprise her. It was
Well, I
our
was
surprise.
surprised, and I was crying. And
We're all
everybody's coming
crying.
with the pictures. I'm like, like, because it wasn't because Gail did a poem, so it was just like a tribute. It was like
Yes.
Gail did the poem, which had me crying,
Yes.
and then Solomon came out with the trumpet, and then they walked this cake around, and then
It was,
I'm like, and all the photographers come in like, snap, 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 snap. I'm like, oh no. Hey, Valerie Rich. Valerie Rich said, hey, ladies.
hey, hey.
But it was just a nice, it was a nice space. And I think the feeling that everybody got, or at least that was the feedback,
Yeah.
was that it felt good. You know, it felt like a whole event. It didn't just feel like your average art show where you go, you look at some art, and you entertain yourself. It was
Right.
a full event.
Yeah, then we had Dorothy's book reading,
Yes,
which was
Dorothy J.
absolutely
Carter did her reading
fantastic.
from Kente Cloth and Apricot
Yes,
Brandy.
yes, and
Well, a new reading, actually.
it was really very, very nice.
Then
You know.
I sat in for a quick second, but I was in work mode, so a lot of times I kept having to step
Right,
out.
right.
Were you able to?
I
listen
just
to
for a
more
few
of it?
minutes I stayed too. I just didn't want to. I've heard parts of it, and stuff like. I wanted to stay, but I felt I needed to be out there with the people. I thought it was just really important.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we were working it, so
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah, we worked
Another
it.
thing.
We worked it. We worked it.
I actually got a book from Dorothy. I got a signed copy of.
I do
Kente
too.
Kente Cloth and Apricot Brandy.
I'm gonna have to try some apricot brandy. I've never tried that.
I want to try it.
It
too.
sounds so good. I love apricots.
Yeah.
I like this apricot juice I drink. So it's a Polish juice, it's Lorenzo, whatever it is, and it's really good. You get it at the Polish store, and it's just so good. And I bet that apricot brandy would
I bet it
be.
is too. We might have to drink some.
We're gonna have to think some.
and give you the follow up.
Yeah, because Dorothy's birthday's the 15th.
Is it?
Yes, happy
Like
birthday, Miss
Friday,
Dorothy.
15th?
Huh?
Like this Friday?
Yeah,
Oh, we're gonna
like happy
surprise her.
birthday,
We
Miss
gotta
Dorothy.
surprise her. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's her birthday on
Happy
Friday.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Miss Dorothy.
What so what was your least favorite part of the event?
The bringing just the unorganized when like with the art, just figuring that part out, and but I didn't mind hanging. If anybody needs any hanging, just call me. I learned how to drill a hole and put a that
Concrete.
plug in and then put a screw in
In concrete.
concrete.
Ooh-cha.
I was like,
In a day.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was good, and it was the artwork we had was phenomenal. Oh my
I have
god!
to say, I loved all the artists, but my favorite.
Who was your favorite?
Ellen Stone.
No.
She had
Oh yeah!
pieces that were right near the sculptures.
Yes.
There was just something about her work that just drew me, and I
No,
have a
which
couple
one?
pictures.
She was. No, she was.
She was a little petite lady, but I had a couple pictures where she's just like kind of just chilling, like
She's
just
the one
real
that's got the
cool.
little the kids.
She had those big,
the
those
big
three
ones.
big
Yeah,
pieces.
those ones that you. Yes, those were
Those
very.
were my favorite of the night. So Ellen Stone.
Yeah,
kudos
we'll have
to
to
you,
have
did
her
your
on
thing.
too.
Yeah,
I'd like to have some of our ladies on
Yeah.
from there.
yeah, because we had some.
Maybe
really,
we can do like maybe even a Zoom call, like have a couple of them on.
That would be
That
nice.
would be cool. Yeah,
We really had some heavy hitters,
with some great hitters.
Kelly O'Neill.
Oh God,
Of
she had the
course,
sculpture
Cheryl
was
Burrell.
so cool.
Yeah.
If we would have thought, because we had a little technical difficulties, we would have showed you some photos. But watch for us on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that one sculpture, and Amanda Koss was there.
Mm-hmm.
I had my pieces, and you had a couple of yours.
Look
and-
for the virtual exhibit.
Yeah.
I'll be dropping the link this Friday.
Okay.
Because we that's behind, but I wound up doing we both did All Things Detroit, which for me was spur of the moment. Debbie had been preparing for it, but it was spur of the moment for me. I actually was invited to All Things Detroit Saturday at the event. So of course you can't say no to All Things Detroit.
Oh no.
It had been several years since I did it, and then this is his first time returning since the pandemic. And I just
We had fun.
blast.
We had so much fun. We were in a corner. She gave us you came in and there was the entranceway, and we were right there. Calibra had her little corner, and I had my space. She had a green screen. You should see the video that she put together for our All Things Detroit. It was so cool. We had so much
is
fun.
silly.
And then she had little painting things for kids to paint. But the neat thing was that I really thought was very special is the couple. they were both sitting there, and all of a sudden you see her put her head on his shoulder. To me, that was just so. That second was so precious, watching them be together and paint. I really like that. I really like that.
I always like setting up a paint space. For those of you who don't know, first of all things art. I do pretty much everything that involves anything creative or cultured. So whether that be singing, whether it be dancing, whether it be fine arts, whether it be marketing.
She didn't
whether
do
it be
no table
commercials,
dancing.
film, everything. I'm involved in it, and that includes instructing. And I think it comes from just trying it. And it's one thing to view art and purchase art, and it's another thing to try
actually
it.
make it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I like having those setups to invite people to try. And then also I like painting live so you can see what goes into it.
Oh, she was
Don't
painting
mess
a
up.
really cool piece. I
They
love that.
actually sent a clip. Jennifer sent a clip of me on everybody, but they
Yeah.
caught a glimpse of me on Fox 2.
Yes.
And I was painting, and it got like the
I know,
technique and the
I know.
details,
Yes, I was on Fox 2. I was on Channel 4.
She was all over.
I was all over the
Debbie was
place.
all over.
I was all over the place. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
I thought that was cool. Even people coming and recording, because it wasn't just kids. It was mainly kids. There were adults too, but what you hear from the adults is they either want stencils or they don't.
Really?
And the thing is, don't ask me for a stencil. Take your ass to painting with a twist.
Yeah.
Like, if you want a stencil, don't, go get a coloring book. Go do something. Don't
Yeah.
talk to Calibri. I feel like that's insulting.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
don't use a
interesting. They
stencil.
want stencils?
Well, a lot of times with
Or do
adults,
they want it sketched out or something?
yeah, but a lot of times adults want to paint like you, or they want to paint like
But you
what's
can't.
there. And it's nothing wrong with that, to challenge yourself, but to me the challenge is, because I'm not using a stencil, and I can show you step by step how to paint this like me,
Right.
but also how to bring this into you. And I think that's the point of painting or creating, period. Is expression. It's bringing something that's in you out. And when you are just trying to color in the lines, that takes the fun out of it.
It
That's
does.
not
It's
a
not creative.
challenge for you to come and sit down and paint something in the
Yeah,
lines. Get out of
right.
my face and stop wasting my
That's
supplies.
right. That's right. And if I would have thought about it, I could have got some air dry clay and gave everybody some little air dry clay and some
And
tools
the
next
things
time.
that they would have come out with.
Oh, I would have loved to.
Like I had well, let's just take a quick pause and remind people. Thank you for watching Get Down and Dirty Talking Art on WJZZ Cool TV.
Yes, right. The coolest station in the world.
Yes, that's
You can-
right.
And like, share, subscribe, and comment. And also,
You can comment now. We can see your comments.
oh, cool. And you guys can call in if you want. What's the phone number? Give
We
you guys
can't call in on this way it's set up. Not today.
Oh, not today?
Not
Okay.
today,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
you
But
can
comment.
chat. We like when you comment. We can
Yes.
chat.
Yeah. You
Oh,
know.
we can comment on the restream link. All right, or call.
All right.
Whatever.
All
Thank
right.
you for watching.
That's
But
right.
we're talking about all things Detroit and the setups. We were
And
just
Jennifer
talking about,
and Jennifer Crawford. She's
Well, I
she's
wanted to
great.
touch a little bit more still on the workshops.
Right. Right. Those were
Um,
fun.
Well, the importance of just what I saw, especially with the children versus the adults, because kids will come in.
And they're free. They
They're
have no
free.
they're not scared.
Yeah, no inhibition.
Yeah, that's the word.
And they're still deliberate. Like, there was this little boy, and that's why I said people were watching and even recording the children, because you could see them staring and focused. It wasn't
Yeah.
just like, okay, I'm going to come mess some stuff up.
There was
They're
some really good
focused.
things those little kids
Well,
did.
even if it wasn't something that
But
we
it's still-
considered good,
that's still
they were
very-
deliberate in what they were doing. They knew what they wanted to put down. Whether it was something that we like or whatever, it was something that they knew that they wanted to do.
That's right.
And like, there was one little boy, he had mixed up his paint and he striped all these little, I mean, at the end of it, it just looked like BS.
Yeah.
But he striped all of these little, it looked like a little forest of whatever, sticks. And he worked on it probably for like 35 minutes, 45 minutes.
It's a little tiny thing.
But they
Yeah,
were doing
that's
that.
still so
They
cool.
were so strategic, and they work on their colors, and they
But
might
they weren't scared.
paint all over it, and then go back and do something else and do whatever. And adults are afraid to mess up.
Yeah.
That couple you were talking about,
Yep.
one dude, he made one mistake, and can I get another canvas? And
Oh.
what you can always, you can always develop that. I look at paint parties and paint workshops. It's almost like how you approach life. You know, you don't get to mess up. You don't get a new canvas when you mess up, and
That's
you
right.
don't get lines to color inside
That's
of.
right. If
So
I
be
mess
the
up, I
best you
just
can
smush
be.
the clay and go again. That's all.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Jennifer Crawford.
Oh God.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's a tremendous lady. She really put. She said she had over. What'd she say? 6,000.
6,000.
6,000 people came. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for purchasing.
That's right. That's right. And thank you for purchasing my work. And I also featured my piece, my train
The
station.
train station.
I'm
Oh,
so
that train station
excited.
was so cool.
You know, then I got the ceiling tile and I got the thing from the column. So that'll be all coming out. You know, I'm just really excited.
You get better and better.
And
Like I have to say that about your
Thank
art.
you.
You get better and better. Like every single
I get
time.
bored. I got to do something different. I can't do
Well,
the same thing.
It's nice.
But I sculpted
Yeah.
a lady.
You can't even show
Yeah,
me.
I can't even show you, but I'll have to put it out there. Yeah, I've never sculpted. And I know you're supposed to take this big chunk of clay and you're supposed to sculpt it and then carve it out. I said, forget that stuff. I took it and I rolled it out, made it thick, swimmed it around, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's, I got to work on her arms. But other than that, you know, it's going to be with an exhibition at the Heidelberg project or something like that. I kind of found the information. I don't have, Mr. Dozier sent me the information. So,
You're not
because,
supposed to put that out.
oh, we're not supposed to say that? Oh, well, you guys all didn't hear that. But it's
I
going
think
to,
it's cool that
he kind of,
that you're challenging yourself.
yeah.
And it's, you know, where we're used to seeing one thing from you. I think that it's cool that you're going into a whole nother realm, basically switching it completely up.
Oh, it was
I don't think it's
completely.
going to be expected at all.
No, you know, I don't know, but it was like, because when I looked on YouTube and I'm going, I don't want to cut this head off this lady and carve it out and put it back on, and so I just kind of I just did my thing, and so she's drying right now, and I got the skirt kind of flared out with a little, you know, and it's very what you call it, like abstract kind of a thing, and her face is kind of turned to the side with her hair kind of wild, and so it was. Thank you, Mr. Dozier. He's the one that kind of challenged me. He says, "Can you sculpt?" And I go, "I don't know. Let me try." You don't know till you try. Just don't be scared to try. Just do it. That's what so many people are scared to do. They're scared to step out of their box. That's their comfort zone. And when they're in that comfort zone, they don't want to. Well, I can't go out there. What if I mess up? So what?
You mess up.
You mess up. That's the same thing in life. Step out of your comfort zone. Go do something different. Go explore. Just have fun.
That's how you get better.
You do.
You know, even with mistakes, that's how you get better. You know, I feel like there's a lesson in everything that you do.
There is. There is.
And you don't learn it first if you never try. You're not going to ever learn nothing at all.
No,
you're
you're
never
not.
going to do nothing. You're never going to progress. You're going to stay stagnant without trying.
And it gets boring.
Yeah. Well, I don't even mean with art. Like
Yeah,
I said,
but
I
with
feel
anything.
like art mimics how you approach life. And I think that's why
Yeah.
you see a lot of artists that are kind of philosophers
Mm-hmm.
or even go crazy, you know, because they approach life with trying things and really living outside of the box. And the rest of the world are in this bubble of where they're just trained to think.
Yeah.
They might have thoughts outside of what they're trained to think, but how dare they go out of it, because I don't want to be wacko.
That's right. So what? Go,
Or like you said, be embarrassed.
Yeah.
One of my main things I get is dressing. But my friend actually, Sarah, she talked about this. She gave me the speech.
What was the speech? Tell us the speech.
I told her about acting on some other stuff. You know, I just told her I felt like it was time, and she was like, well, you know, you live outside of the box. You don't fit in this box that people try to fit you in, and you never, and she named across the board. She like, even the way you fucking dress, you don't fit inside of this bubble, in this cocoon. You know, so if it's time to spread your wings, then spread your wings. And
she's wearing her spread the wing shirt.
Yeah.
That's so perfect.
But I don't, people say different things. Like, I wouldn't think to do that because I wouldn't want to look weird. Or I wouldn't want to do that because I wouldn't mess up. And I'm always nervous. I think I'm the same amount of nervous, or just, I think you are too. Just,
Oh yeah, yeah. Are they going to like it? Is it going to be?
turn out.
Is it acceptable?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
When
after a
was
while, I just
singing,
says I don't give
I
a
was
shit.
nervous as hell singing. I was nervous leading up to it because I said I wanted to sing for her, but I was nervous about it. And I still
Man, did
it,
she sing.
And I messed up, but my mom was joking about it. She was like, your ass got up there and singing and going to work because I forgot the words.
She just wah 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 wah. I love it.
No, I didn't.
No.
I said, I forgot the words. Y'all help me out. And she was like, you thought them people was gonna know Miss Celie's blues? I'm like, yeah. But I said, I just did it. Whatever. Now next time I'll make sure I have it or whatever. But my mind went blank, and it was a laughable moment.
It was. It was just so. It was such a perfect moment. We just laughed, and she just kept on singing.
That's it. My mom was the only one who brought it up that I forgot the word.
And you know what? If you don't tell somebody, they don't know.
Well, I stopped because I wasn't gonna. I'm not one of those that's gonna play it off or fake it till you make it. And my mind went blank. So it was like, what's next, y'all? I mean, all I can do is laugh at it. What are you gonna do, boo me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really did have a fun time at Out of the Dark.
It was.
It really was.
It
nice.
really was. And we were exhausted, but it was a great exhaustion. It was just fun. We had the music going, and we had some food, and the bags of butterflies. She introduced her new line, and the clothing, and your mom with her great bath bombs and stuff like that. So we had some really, it was just fun. It was just fun.
Really
the creams that we had.
Yeah.
Sophie, I think her name was I can't remember her name. I don't remember her name, but the creams were absolutely amazing. They were really good. Sorry.
We got to put some more photos up.
Yeah.
We actually had a photographer just email us another.
Oh, he said some. Thank you, Jamie, for the great photography. Oh my God, they're fabulous. And we had also Glenn there was doing some fantastic photography. And who was the other? There was a couple of photographers.
Off top, I know LeBron Jackson was there, and Robert Patiak.
Yes.
And
it's nice when these people come out and they put their perspective on what's going on out there. I like that. I like that. It's pretty cool. It was fun. But it was fun. It was fun. I was just so proud. I'm like, you did it. You fucking did it. It's like, yes! We both screamed. We just went,
So what's next with Out of the Darkness?
Oh, I think our next event will be next year. But we have a whole year. And can you imagine what it's going to be like? With people that want to help us.
We already have.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally, there have been people. I had to pause last week, and that was why I put that status up. Like, look, I'm taking a vacation this week. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Don't tell me.
I get it.
I don't want to talk
to you. It's fresh. Well, all the feedback was good, but it was more a wave of people that want to support and participate and be part of it for next year. Like, what can we do? What can I do to be on the committee? What can I do to help? What can I do this? So it's just going to be bigger and better next year.
It is.
It's going to be way more organized, which, honestly...
I thought we were pretty darn organized.
No, behind the scenes, y'all, we was like,
But you didn't know.
But you didn't know. It turned out beautifully.
It did.
And
everything.
Next year, it's just... we get to be.
We're going to use that. I want to use that downstairs, that patio area when you walk.
If it's depending on the weather,
right.
Because we could have used it this year. Just it was cold randomly.
Yeah.
But
it was so nice.
I'm excited for next year. I'm excited for the book. I'm excited for the stories, putting more emphasis on the artist stories.
Yes.
Just
it'd be kind of cool if the artists could. Maybe been there and like people who had stories talk about their stories.
Well, remember we were supposed to do that, but somebody didn't show up.
That's right.
So we had if you came, the one room where we had extra mics and stuff set up and the sound set up, we had that for that. We even had one of our interns here. There's specifically to interview artists, and we didn't have one of the people that were supposed to film it didn't show up.
And that's okay. That's okay.
But
that's all right.
It worked out. All is well, it worked out the way that it was supposed to.
Then we'll see. We'll be more organized next year. Well, we will.
We know
it's a learning curve. It's always a learning curve on the first time, but I think we did damn good. Thank you. We did it. And also,
have a good time, and people had a good time.
They had a good time. That's always the thing, is the people are having a good time. That's always my thing. Are you guys having a good time? You might not know what the heck went on behind the scenes, but who cares?
And we actually raised money. We actually raised money for the nonprofits. We had Bags of Butterflies Reserve, and Stoma.
Stoma.
And we were able to raise money. We had the silent auction. We
Yep.
had the donations, both from Eventbrite and at the door. And the fact that we were able to raise money for not just one organization, but 3 organizations, it was nice.
Yeah, it
It was
was. It
nice.
was. And the fashion show was so cool.
That fashion show.
Oh.
We changed the game with the fashion
Wow.
show. Shout out
Wow.
to Nita Spencer.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I wasn't used to walking. I was like, God, I haven't walked in a
That
fashion
was
show.
like,
I could have been cooler. But I'll be ready. I'll practice next year, I'll
Well,
practice.
it was just, now I'm reminiscing because really, I don't think we've had a chance to really just reflect on Out of the Darkness.
No.
We had Out of the Darkness and then
We had
boom, all things
all
Detroit.
things Detroit. That's right.
Mhm.
It's like bada boom, kind of thing. But it was fun.
And then press, you got swooped into doing like from one group of interviews to the very next group of interviews. Debbie was
I
on
was
the
on
news
D-
like 5 times.
I
last
was
week.
on the Detroit News, the Detroit Free Press, live in the G. She was on Live in the D with some of my work, and then we were on the morning with Channel 2, and then Channel 4 came and did some filming, and then they did the live thing, and I was like, okay, I'm so excited. Hey, can I talk? I can always talk. You know that. I
And
got
camera ready.
I'm like-
Hey, it's Debbie LeBrat.
That's right, because my niece seen me and she goes, I seen you on TV. I was there for Punchki Day in Hamtramck, and they interviewed me. And my niece says, "What do you do? Have the film crew follow?" I says, "Yeah, I just got them. They're always following me. They know something good's coming. I'm gonna have them follow me there." But it was just fun. So we talk about what's coming up also in August.
Yeah, sure.
Guess what?
The Detroit Festival of Arts is coming up, and August 13th if you want to do the VIP event, and August 14th for the actual festival. And we're doing a sample.
It's gonna be just
Bring it back,
right.
but it's going to be at University of Detroit Mercy
Yes.
on 6 Mile in
Yeah. So it's in
Illinois.
that. I'm just so. I think it's going to be really cool because it's such a beautiful campus, and that whole area is growing. That whole area is just like wow. Just every time you go there, it's like a new shops and stuff like that. So it's just so
Well,
nice.
The thing that's appropriate for me for that area is because it was always popping. And during our recession, businesses closed, nobody's really shopping as much. And that goes for all cities. But that area, University District, was always a very prominent area in the city. And a lot of times you see these types of areas right in the city get looked over.
Right.
And that's why I'm excited to
To
be
bring
putting it
emphasis
together.
to that, it's not always downtown. It's in these other.
Yeah, because
so
like
I call them the treasures.
if you're like my mom or like us, we were
Yeah.
in that area. When I was in high school, actually, we lived right on LaSalle, which is a few blocks down. But there are a lot of Detroiters that don't go downtown like that. It's actually a hassle. I don't go downtown, and I live close to downtown.
Right. I live
hate
at the end of the
parking.
queue line.
I hate all the congestion. I'm not one of those people that let's go downtown. No, I don't want to do nothing downtown.
Yeah, see, I'm the downtown lady.
But for those people still are they collect art. They're looking for artists. These are the people that are artists. They're the cultured, affluent people of Detroit. That's where, with the exception of you have 2 kind of big neighborhoods where like all of our politicians and stuff like that
Right.
live. University District and Sherwood Forest and all of that. That's one of them. That area. So you have these people, and those are the people that aren't about to be congested all downtown.
No, they're not going downtown.
But
That's
you
right.
have something right there smack in their neighborhood. That's something they can ride their bikes to, they can walk to, they can enjoy it. And see the artists that are right here in Detroit. We're emphasizing artists, period, and artistry, period. But one of the great aspects is we're connecting with Detroit artists first.
That's
you have
right.
an opportunity to be part of this festival. And a lot of times you get left out. Detroiters, oddly enough, get left out of Detroit events. And these are the people that want to see the artists that are in their vicinity, and we're bringing that to them.
Yeah, we're going to bring some artists that don't normally do art shows, or maybe just see them at galleries. That's what's going to be so unique.
I like that too.
I think that's going to be
Because it's
very
not
cool.
the same artist that you see all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the same artist you're going to see this month and then turn around and see him that month and then turn
That's
around and
right.
see him that month. You know, it's going to be those diamonds.
That's right. I call them, the diamonds. We're going to take a fast break, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
Okay.
for watching Get Down and Dirty Talking Art on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Kaliba the artist here,
And Debbie LaPrette, the artist here.
and we really are talking art. We're kicking it.
We're
taking
really
it
talking.
seriously
We're
today.
really talking shit. We're talking shit now.
Get down and dirty talking art. And I'm sorry our guest Cheryl Burrell was not able to join us due to some technical difficulties, but
She'll
we'll
be
have
on.
her on in a later date. And
Yeah.
her work is fabulous.
Oh
so I'll
my
be glad
God,
when
she
you
is a
guys do.
phenomenal artist. Oh my
Yeah.
God, when I seen her pieces, I was like,
Yeah.
because I can't paint. You know,
And she
you know,
has,
I
like,
see
the gold
dimensional.
leaf.
Oh my God, just her work. It's
Check
just,
out our article on Detroit Free Press as well. She has a nice, cool segment on there, and
Yes.
then they showed some of her work too.
Yes.
And
yes.
also look forward on Friday for the virtual exhibit to be able to see the
I
pieces
can't
from the
wait.
exhibit.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work to put that up.
Not really.
Wasn't it? Okay.
I mean, it is because it's still labeling. Like, I
Yeah.
still got to do that. That's the hardest work, but dropping the pictures in there.
Yeah. What the labeling I can see is,
Well,
but,
back
yeah.
to our little art. I was, we were talking in the car about,
We're always talking about
opera. They actually have a, because now it's like the world is opening back up.
It is.
And Jennifer said that. It's like the world is opening back up. So we have all these things that are opening that we've missed over the last couple of years, and that includes theater. And goodness, what is that? The Detroit Repertoire is back too with their plays.
Okay.
So they have another one that just kicked off in April, and I have to go. They have like 4 this season. They run for like 3 months each. But the Opera House is back up and running, and I
Yes.
missed the last.
And they
years.
are celebrating 100 years.
Are they really?
Yes, I want to go in there. I got to do something for the Opera House.
Oh, you gotta do
I already got my
something.
connection. I just haven't reached out to him.
Oh, we gotta do something.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was
I
told
didn't know that. Debbie, do you go to the opera
I'm not.
or any of the musicals?
I would love to. I would. Oh God, I would love to.
Have you?
Yeah, I used to a long time
missed
ago.
The Lion King. I didn't have the
Got to
money
see
for the
the-
tickets.
they're-
And tickets was high, but they'll be back. They're back all the time.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody wants to donate any tickets for us, and we can critique it,
Yeah.
we'll
'Cause
take anything.
I like theater. I like all.
Love
things art.
theater.
So,
Speaking
and
of theater,
especially
do you know what
opera.
I got to save back in the day?
What?
The Detroit, what's the thing on Woodward? Oh my God, my brain's cramping up. The thing right on Woodward and right by Mac there, across from the building with the hammer. Not the Opera House.
Woodward and Matt.
The historical. Oh my God, the brain is gone. Right on the Orchestra Hall.
Starbucks.
Orchestra Hall. No, not Starbucks. I didn't say Starbucks.
It's Selden. Woodward and Selden.
Yes, I got to say they came to our door. We were working downstairs. They came knocking on our door because we had the most girls there. And they said, who'd like to be in a documentary, Save Orchestra Hall? And we were in
so
there, and it was
cool.
it was just shattered. The curtains were falling, everything. And it's like, at the time, I wasn't even doing what I was doing, but there was all this memorabilia on the floor. And I wish I picked it up. I almost did, because we got a whole tour of the place. It was like holes in the ceiling. But it's so cool to go in there and just think, I helped save this. It's anything of that historical, in Detroit, like the Opera House, and the anything. It's just so nice. Now the trains, all those places, it's
And
just
they're
so,
restoring them.
it's restoring them.
What do you think about them demolishing the?
That church?
No, the main theater. In
I don't
Royal
like
Oak.
that. I don't think that they should. They're demolishing a church in Corktown. I've been watching it on. Tim Burke has been showing the videos. It's this beautiful historic. He's saved a lot of the artifacts, but they're watching the big thing hitting it. I'm going, you guys could have saved this church. They could have rebuilt this. It's like, why? It's like,
And the thing is, I can understand because somebody did make a good point about for some of the older buildings, because some of these buildings are 100 or more.
but look
years
at
old.
in Europe.
Well, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
The point that they made was that for the ones that are dangerous,
Yes.
basically not salvageable. I get that, but like you said, these are
Gems.
they're gems. You
Yeah.
know, the architecture, the things that are in them, they don't have them anymore. And it's really sad to see a lot of them are companies that aren't even in Michigan, or
That
you know,
makes me so mad.
and it
They
sucks.
just
It's
come
really
and just
sad
gonna
to see
build
people
something new.
come and just
Demolish it.
demolish it and put up something cheap. It's always something cheap.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always something that they can slap up real
That's right.
quick with the
That's right.
cheapest ass
No.
materials. And this is where a lot of people complain about gentrification, because people think it's black people mad that white people are coming. No, it's not. It has anything to do with that. It's about the complete disregard
To
for the
what this
culture and
the
the
culture.
gems that are
That's
in
right.
this city. You
That's
just
right.
assume, oh fuck it. I don't. What is that? I don't care what it is. It's gonna be a Starbucks. So you
Yeah.
go and knock down 200 years worth of history to put up
Sometimes 300.
condos.
You're right. Right.
Yeah, to put up condos, as if there aren't enough condos, or you couldn't just buy another complex and redo that.
That's right.
You know,
Redo it.
it
Redo it.
sucks.
It is.
It
Because when we went to
sucks.
Europe and you go the Colosseum. Colosseum is like half and half, and some of the churches and
I'm
just.
gonna go and knock that shit down. It's gonna be a Starbucks.
That's right.
Coliseum, what? Doesn't make money.
That's right. Oh my God. It's like just I just like just so much. It's just so much history. It's just
It's
people
sad.
just I know. I know. Just every time I go downtown or somewhere, I'm always looking. It's like, when you can see the inside the Fisher building, just any of those buildings with that. It's just
Oh, and it's
you walk
gorgeous
in
when
there and
go
you
in
just
there. You
get,
see the marble and the slate and the
yeah.
gold.
Hey, even when I was in the Fisher building, going to my dentist, I looked at the door handle. The art on the door handle.
Yeah.
Those little tiny details
Yeah.
that you don't find in those new buildings. Yeah, they're
No.
fine and they're great and they're grand, but they're not.
But they're not.
They're
Yeah,
not.
they're cheap.
They are.
They're
They are.
cheap.
They are.
They're cheap as hell.
That's right.
They're
You know.
cheap and they're modern and they're cheap.
Mhm.
They're cheap.
I know
They're
you have
something
to.
you can select. They're like Lego buildings.
Yeah,
You slap
yeah.
them together and they look cheap.
I know you got to do some repairs and maybe update the kitchens and the heating and stuff like that, but you don't have to demolish the integrity of the building. That's what really, keep that integrity. That's what that they kept that train station. As we did a drive by on what was it on Sunday, stopped and I looked at it and I said, "Wow, it's just such a statement." 'Cause they were going to tear that down, and I'm so glad they didn't. I know it's been sat there for a long time, but
I'm glad somebody came and
thank you,
saw
Ford.
promise in it.
Thank you, Ford. And you guys,
Is that
hey, do you
what-
want my train station? I have the, and I
That's
have
what I was
the.
going to ask you. What made you do the train station
I don't know.
piece?
I've always wanted to. It's just such an historical. It's just such a piece that just every time I went by and just the magnitude of it. We've had bike rides by there, and I got to go in when they opened it up, and I got to see the clock that they had left somewhere. Somebody actually, whoever kept that clock and wrapped it up and just called somebody and said, "Hey, this clock is here, come pick it up." Because that's the original clock from the train station. Somebody saved it and salvaged it, and they didn't sell it. They gave it back.
Thank God.
So I want to go in there. Do you hear anybody? I want to go in there. Let me know. Email me.
You need to go in there.
I do.
You low key need to go in all the buildings, and especially the ones that are getting ready to be demolished. They need to just let you in there first. And Tim Burke too.
Yeah,
Tim
oh
Burke
God.
actually salvages
Oh,
the
he's
original
got
pieces.
so much stuff. It's like, oh my God.
Have you been to his
No,
studio?
I would
Oh my God,
love-
he can have a museum with everything that he had. And in fact, it really is like that. He has these pieces.
Maybe where was
All
his
of
studio
these-
at?
It's I'm not gonna put it out there, but it's
Yeah.
on the east side.
Okay.
But he has of course he has his sculptures and everything out front. It's very colorful.
It's
And
so
then you
nice.
go inside and he has, God, I can't even explain it. It's like stuff.
He is the
from
history
everything.
keeper.
He has, and it's not just art, it's not just
It's just artifacts.
artifacts. It's not even just that. Like he has articles, right, from just all of these significant historic moments.
So he's a really
And it comes like he happened to find one. He said there was lying in a dresser, somewhere he was getting something and happened to look, and somebody had, because at the time, like if I take a newspaper or whatever, I'm not thinking about that shit. I'm not thinking about it being history.
Right,
Somebody
right,
had
right.
put something in a dresser drawer, and then here he is, X amount of years later, and he finds that it's this original article. I forget what it was, but it was something dealing with like Rosa Parks or whatever.
I
and it was
remember
gold.
something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had them like laminated. Of course, he protects everything. He has sculptures
Oh,
from different
so many.
churches and
Yes.
different buildings, stuff that they
Windows,
just, they go and demolish
cornerstone.
these
Yeah.
things. They're not thinking about any of that.
Nope.
They'd go and, like, mosaics, for instance.
Oh, God.
He had a mosaic carved off. He had to get like a truck or some type of equipment because he does construction.
Right, right.
So they had to he got like a team of his friends, and they got like this whatever and like a crane and moved this mosaic out of this church because they were getting
Wow.
ready to demolish it, and they had already demolished a good chunk of it.
But he
So
captured
like
some of it.
he captured
That's
some
so
of it.
cool.
I guess they were
Thank you,
demolishing
Tim.
around it. Yeah, because this is stuff that a lot of these materials aren't even around anymore. Even the techniques for how to
workmanship.
do them.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless you were trained under some of these masters, the artistry in it and the techniques are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not just demolishing a piece of art. You're demolishing literally the history and everything that
Yes.
goes with
That's
it.
right.
And it sucks.
It does.
It
It makes me
sucks.
mad. It just makes me mad, but
You know, start writing these companies like, dare you.
I know.
Go
Yeah.
to San Francisco.
It's like
or
I
something.
contacted the architecture firm and asked
Tear
for
up something
ceiling
in Idaho.
pictures of ceiling tiles. So they sent me some, and they said when I'm done, I'm going to send them some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's nice.
And I think I need
That's
to do
nice.
Hudson's. If anybody knows any connection with Hudson's, I got this,
You do.
all 3 Hudson's plaques.
You do, because they're putting up whatever. I don't know what it's going to look like when it's done, but it needs something.
It's going to be the
that's-
tallest building in Detroit.
That's fine, but is it going to be a tall, cheap Lego building, or is it going to have some class?
I don't know. I don't know. And that
Because
building.
what you bring is the class. You capture the original workmanship, craftsmanship of these buildings and these
I could
structures.
go to every building and find something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
it's
if
just-
nothing else, put it back. Put something back. Put something ornate to look at. We don't have ornate
Right. 'Cause
things
I used to
look
go,
at.
I've seen stuff that was just literally hanging, and I said, I'm not touching it. I left it there. I could have taken it home, and I says, nope, I'm not taking it. I did the impression and left. I said, couldn't. I just couldn't take it home. I just said, no, it's
Well,
not.
Tim Burke, I hope you got it. 'Cause
Oh, he
he's
did.
gonna
He
get
did.
it.
He did. But I don't have a
'Cause
place for it.
otherwise, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what winds up happening is
It goes
just
into this
destroy it.
jar. Yeah, it just grinds.
Did you see that? Oh gosh, I can't think of the top of my head which artist, but they dumped all of these artworks. It was like millions of dollars worth of art.
What?
And somebody stumbled upon it, and instead of throwing it away, he took them.
Really?
And then they're like, yeah, because somebody threw it, because people don't value
No.
these things. People just are. We ghetto, y'all. And people like think black people ghetto. No, people are ghetto, and then meaning they don't value culture or the significance of art and artistic pieces, quality,
Right.
culture.
Right. Was it here in the city or was
No,
it?
no, it wasn't. But just today, right? We went thrifting we went to
Mhm.
Ohio and got her.
You were talking about the
stand.
paint. The
This fucking guy.
I would have grabbed it and ran like hell.
I wasn't, because the thing is, he had come in. It was one of those little, like, local, like, oh, hi, that's Tom. He's the local artist. He likes to paint on these things. And I looked, because I was looking at art. And this particular thrift shop had a lot of original art, and they had a lot of prints. And I mean, like, down to you look in the back of them, and they had the certificate of authenticity
Wow.
in these pieces. There were like galleries that had donated over the years or just whatever, but they had a lot of work. So I'm going through, and I happened to stumble upon, we got to the register, and there was somebody behind us coming up. And he had found him a piece, big, big piece, maybe about 4 feet by 3 feet, or maybe
That's a
5
big
feet by, it was
piece, yeah.
almost as tall as him. And it was, I won't say the artist it was, but it was a prominent work. And I'm like, oh, you gotta steal, because I thought he was like maybe a dealer or something like that. I'm like, oh, you gotta steal. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna paint over it. I'm like, no, don't paint over it. That's a such and such. And he's like, and like, he kind of gave me this look like, whatever, like, what do you know? And then the lady, like, one of the rest, she was like, well, he's an artist, so he knows. I didn't even argue with him.
Oh my
But
God.
it was like a $2,500 piece of work. And here you are painting over the shit for a frame. And I just want to say this for the artists out, or for anybody out.
Right.
Just like how you look for jewelry, and if it's an 18 karat gold band, it's real, because nobody's going to put fake jewels in a gold band. Just like with art, Nobody's gonna put fake art or cheap art inside of a quality frame,
That's
right?
right.
I'm not gonna get artwork from the dollar store from Target and bother spending $1,000 to get it framed.
That's
So if
right.
you find a nice ass frame at the thrift store that is a quality
It's a
painting, you need to
quality
go and at
painting.
least, if nothing else, see what it's worth.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of artists, because I hear artists saying that, well, I just find a painting at the thrift store with a nice frame and paint over it. No. It, pop the canvas out or something and
Yeah,
then take
yeah.
the frame
Put some
if
new
you're going to
canvas
do
in.
it. But
Yeah.
it's it was just it made me so mad. It made me so mad. He was just the most ghettoest human
Oh
in
my
the world.
God! I would
You-
have been
you-
just
ah.
like, you can't buy that. I'm gonna buy that. You know.
My granny said that afterwards, but he had it, and there were no other. He was in it for the frame,
Mhm.
and there were no others that size. So he was in it for the frame. He was gonna do what he wanted, but
It's terrible. A piece of artwork that goes down, nobody's gonna ever see it. That's
well,
sad.
and a piece of it. I mean, if you're in it for the money, that was money. That was something that was valuable. If you
Mhm.
didn't appreciate it, even if you sold it, you would have gotten enough money, baby, to buy you canvases, frames,
That's
to
right.
last you for a nice while.
That's right.
You know, but you're doing this to paint over it and sell it to somebody who might not even pay you for whatever you have. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
We're going to take a fast break and just say you're watching WJZZ, Cool Jazz TV, Get Down and Dirty, Talking Art. Okay, we can go back.
But yeah, just I would hope people start paying attention to details.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right,
I
right.
like I think that's what a lot of people like about my house.
Oh, her house is so cool.
Well, it's there are a lot of issues with it, but it has these little details, and that's why I dare not. I just
Her house is so.
as irritated I am with the things that go into it is one of those that I don't want to let go, because nobody values it
Mm-mm.
like that. At least the people that want to buy it, they want to do the same thing. They want to
They want to rip it out
they
and
come
put
in
new
and wanna
modern
knock-
stuff in.
House has mahogany in it, right?
And you don't get mahogany.
You don't get
No.
mahogany, and it's
No.
mahogany all throughout the house. I mean, the doors,
Beautiful steps
the
and,
just
and your fireplaces and just your detail around the sea. It's just, it's.
yeah,
Just
it's
phenomenal.
the craftsmanship that went into it. Things that are hand carved, the
You don't
woodworking.
see that stuff
You
now.
don't see it, the moldings and stuff like that. And somebody come and eyeball and they look at it, it's space. Somebody ghetto that came from Birmingham with your ghetto ass.
Yeah, that's right. And you're just
Ghetto
gonna rip
people
it
with
down.
money.
That's right. And you're just gonna rip it
With
down.
money and no taste and no class, and they come in and they knock it up, and now you have this modern, cheap ass house. You know.
And she's got wet plaster and everything.
Yeah.
You know, just so it's such a gem. I love those. Back when I was doing my villages, there was a thing called Painted Ladies. They were all. I have this book. I don't even know what happened to it, but they were all beautiful homes like yours, and they were all painted like in the actual, what they originally looked like, and they called them Painted Ladies. They were throughout the country. You
Dora
know?
wants to do those. Dora Kelly.
Yeah.
She asked for a picture of my house. I got to get it to her. But
That's
she
so
wants to do Victorians. She wants to do a
That,
series
oh
of
my
Victorian houses.
God, there's so many around you
Mhm.
with those round turrets.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I just drive and I just like, you know.
My mom was doing that today. She was like, I want one of these houses. I can't afford one of these houses.
I
And it's
love
crazy
one.
because they're costing so much. People will pay
400,000.
more than that.
More now?
The whatchamacallits by me are almost 700,000, and they're new builds. They're townhouses. They're cheap.
Yeah.
And it's almost 700,000, but it's the neighborhood and it's the modern amenities. So they just want to be in that area,
Mhm.
and then they knock them down and make them look like the houses in Birmingham.
No, we don't want the
Which
houses
are
in Birmingham.
big
We
and
want the
cheap.
houses in
If a
Detroit.
storm hit that bitch, it's the big bad wolf blow
They're
too
gonna blow
hard on
too.
your
This
house.
is
It's
gonna go
blowing through
boop.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
Because when I
What's
like it.
this tile? They carved a little figure. You could just throw it away, Chad.
Oh. And she got the wood floors and oh my God, it's just
Pine. It's pine
Is it
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, it's different ones, but in the kitchens, it's pine.
Oh, is it pine? Okay.
Mhm.
With the mahogany doors. I forgot when they stopped doing mahogany, but it's such a beautiful wood. I don't know if mahogany came from Haiti or something. I can't remember. They stopped, you know, because
Yeah.
it was
I appreciate it.
oh, it's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. You know, it's just it's a treasure. It is a treasure. You know. So yeah,
Get rid of our treasures.
it
It's
is.
really turned into just a talk about the value of art and valuing art.
Oh, it is. It is. It's so much. Just so much value, like in the old homes, and then the art, kind of thing. It's just,
Architecture.
oh, the architecture. Oh God, that's just kind of my thing. I always, when I was in Chicago and in Savannah, I just started going, oh, look at this fence, look at this, look at that. It's like I started to really notice the stuff. Then I started noticing the manhole covers. And we went to Rome. They were cool. They were very
See,
cool.
I bet that type of stuff. I've never gone overseas,
I want to
but
go
I
back.
can't even imagine the quality.
Oh, it's breathtaking.
Hmm.
It's these old, like your homes, these old neighbor. Oh, it's just so cool, and it's just a culture that's so cool, and they don't build the new cheap shit.
Hmm. But America is so behind on our culture. We like to think that we're so upscale on everything
No.
else, and especially with modern. There's this book called my mind is blank. Something modern versus avant-garde, but it talks about basically there's shifts in time where we kind of progress with machines,
Yes.
and then arts and culture has to take back over,
Right.
because there's nothing that can replace what humans do. What
That's
we
right.
bring, with machine, it's just technology. It's a proving of what science is capable of. But our culture is what keeps us
That's what
rooted, and
keeps us
it
going.
shows who we are as a people, our thoughts, it grounds us, it roots us.
Yeah, so I kept thinking
And,
about like Corktown. Corktown's like this little hidden treasure. I had one of the Corktown signs, and the guy on Instagram thanked me. He goes, "Nobody ever acknowledges Corktown." I was like, 'cause I had a Mexican from the banner there, but he says nobody ever.
People don't acknowledge Mexican Town. That's really where it's at. All of the murals, all of the colors, the
So,
neighbors, the
it's such
flavor,
a
the
cool-
food, all of it. The
such-
barbershops, all of it.
Oh, it's so cool.
It is. But they talked about how far in advance other cities are, like Rome, like Paris, and we go and travel to these other places to experience their culture, their arts, their music, their food.
But we have it
their
here in
dance.
Detroit.
Well, we don't appreciate our own, and when
No,
we
we
do,
don't.
we don't appreciate it. We
Right.
knock our shit down. We
That's right.
disregard it. And this is us. We could stand toe to toe with France, but we don't pay attention to our gems, our diamonds. We knock that shit down
That's
in
right.
Starbucks. We got the Eiffel
If you want to
Tower.
have, yeah. Oh
We got-
my God. Yeah. I got that.
We got all of
on
these
my
fancy
phone.
dishes.
Yeah.
We got all of that. And what do you got in Detroit? Starbucks. What do
No.
you got in America? Starbucks.
That's right.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Come on.
There
now.
is McDonald's and Starbucks there, but you can put it in the old buildings. You could actually,
Well,
put
I
it
just
right
mean
in.
even the artistry of the food.
Oh.
The
Oh.
things that we don't take it serious.
No.
You know.
Every
Don't-
day I had a croissant every day and gelato. Oh God. It was
Oh,
just,
God,
I want to
yeah.
go so bad.
Got Breyers watered down ice cream. But we need to catch up. We're behind the curve.
That's right.
Good grief.
Yes. Come on, people. Come on. Come
We
on.
throw $1 million paintings in the trash. We're knocking hundreds of years worth of artistry
History. That's right.
down.
That's
You
right.
know, and replace. Oh God,
I know,
almost
I
have a
can just
headache.
keep
we
on
just gotta
going.
do better. America, in my Bernie
Come on.
Mac voice,
Come
we
on.
gotta do better.
Bring it back. Bring it back. And you know what? Sunday is Easter.
Hmm.
I'm just like, wow, where's it going? It's going fast.
Yeah,
It's
it's
going.
moving fast. A lot's happening though. I'm happy for
I
you.
am too. Yep.
Well, all right, everybody.
Yeah.
You watch
Look
us
at her
talking
shirt.
art.
Look at her shirt.
Do we have? No, we don't even have it. Can we put up our hooch real quick?
Yeah,
Our drink,
our-
the cocktail.
That's the stuff.
Yeah, we just.
Thank
wanted
you,
to-
Jennifer. We just brought it. I haven't tried it yet, but
Thank you. This is the National All Things Detroit cocktail, courtesy of Jennifer Crawford and Detroit City Distillery. This is it has what? Pineapples, coconut,
what does she say?
vodka.
A little iced tea or something, or
It is iced tea, a little bit of iced tea. None of that stuff I tasted. What I tasted was, like you said, hooch. I'm glad you called it hooch because it is a concoction.
It kicked
to
her
say the
ass.
least. It had me walking around my bedroom singing Mariah Carey. That was half the bottle.
half the bottle.
Half the bottle.
Woo!
I was sliding in socks.
Yeah.
in the
So we
other
want to
house.
go to what is it? Detroit Distillery. It's over in Eastern Market. It's a really cool place. So we're plugging Detroit
Reach out
Distillery.
to Ask Jennifer. Ask Jennifer. You want to know where to get it? Ask Jennifer. That's the
And
all
then
things
Jennifer's
Detroit
going to be
cocktails.
opening up her place pretty soon on Michigan Avenue. You know, it'll be
So make sure you follow up.
Yeah.
Small
Marketplace.
businesses, all things Detroit Marketplace for you to promote your business and sell your products.
I'll be there.
too.
Clevie will be there. Yep. Yep. We'll have some in.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So
All right. Well, thank you for watching.
Thank
Get
you.
Down and Dirty Talking Art. This has been a
We
nice
really
night.
talked
I hope
some
you
shit
learned
tonight.
something. I hope you learned something. You took something away from
and
it.
pay attention. Pay attention to what's out there, and don't be scared to step out of the box. You're not going to fail. So if you don't, just do it again. Just
And I
keep-
want to say invest in art. We
Yeah.
have a string of events coming up, especially with Danahan Arts. Number one, we're going to be participating. Debbie's going to be all over the place with the marketplaces, Palmer Park Show,
Belle Isle.
Belle Isle.
All artsy. I'm going to be out at Kensington and stuff like that.
So check out Debbie LaPratt.
Debbie
We're going
LaPratt
to
Art.
be doing the next
What's the
exhibit.
next one?
It's called Black. That's going to be the end of June, the last weekend in June. And we're going to be emphasizing black art, but also taking that as an opportunity to show people the value in art and investing in art in this market in the city of Detroit. So we just want you to learn. We want you to learn the value and not miss out in the opportunities that come along with investing in art, because it is very serious.
It is.
So,
it is.
with
And
that-
support the artist.
Yes.
Support the artist. We're not a Van Gogh or anybody like that. Support your local artist. That's so important. So, thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you all next week.
Next week, Scott McDuffie, y'all.
That's
Stay
right.
tuned.
Same time.
Right.
That went fucking fast.
Yeah, we got to get you some air on. You was hot.